Hey YouTube, Planet Aquarium MN, TM Aquariums, this is Tom. How's everybody doing? Hey, it's been a while since I've posted any new content on my YouTube channel, Planet Aquarium MN, and I'm going to start posting some new videos. I took a step back from YouTube for a couple of reasons. They were claiming copyright infringement on just about every video I started to put up, and it was just consuming too much of my time personally. I also made some changes in the hobby and tried to make things a little easier to where my sleeves are wet a lot less and I spend a lot more time sitting in front of my aquariums looking at my fish. Now, I'll go through each of the tanks one by one in the near future here, but what we're looking at here is a 75-gallon medium to high light planted jungle mess of an Endlers tank. I have nothing in there but Endlers live bears. These all the males were purchased as N-class live bears from either the Endler shop or Adrian HD stock or a third lesser known source that is more local to me. And you know, these are neat little guys. They're black bar Endlers. There was some lime green Endlers in there, and there were some that shared the genes of both. I also have a ton of fry, probably in all over 300 fish in here. The tank's a little overgrown, as you can see. I've got to do a little maintenance. I've got a little hair algae starting to grow in the Taiwan moss there, but we have some low to medium light plants like the swords and dwarf sage, rotala in the back, and subwasser tang, java fern, Taiwan moss, some anubias that have been flowering as of late. And back underneath this manzanita branch here that's just smothered in Taiwan moss and subwasser tang, there's a bunch of crypts back there. But I'm really enjoying this tank. I am adding pressurized CO2 in here because I had to add a couple of new light fixtures on here. I had two of these eBay cheap LED lights and one went out, so had a couple of Phoenix Ray 2s laying around and decided to toss them on the tank, and that bumped my light up quite a bit. I tried to counter that by adding some frog bit. Unfortunately, the frog bit came in with duckweed. But then you know, that was helping quite a bit, but I decided to start adding pressurized CO2. So my CO2 setup down here, I've got a 10-pound canister and a custom-made dual-stage regulator. And I'm gassing about 1 bubble per second and a half. Not a lot. So I'll increase that. I'm going to do some maintenance on this tank today and try to clear out a bunch of this Taiwan moss. It's really gotten overgrown. It's cut down on the circulation in the tank. Need to do some, increase my water change regimen between the water flow being restricted and not doing enough water changes. And probably not gassing enough CO2. I'm getting some hair algae in there, but we'll get that cleaned up. I'm not too concerned about that. But Endlers, they're neat little fish. The males are colorful. They're always showing off for the females, always trying to spawn and mate. And they just have a lot of color, a lot of character, very active little fish. And as you can see, they're very prolific. I started out with a total, I think I bought a total of about 30 to 35, and I have well over 250 to 300 total in this tank now. I'll be making them available for sale here in the near future, but right now I need a few more fry drops out of the females, only because I did buy some Endlers from a lesser known source, and as they started to grow out, I realized they were not pure Endlers. They were a hybrid K-class, so they had some guppy gene in there. I tried to get the guppy gene out as much as possible, and I think I got all the guppy gene out of the tank. But just to be on the safe side, I am going to have the females drop a few more fry, and then we'll see how they grow out. But so far, everything, all the males have been growing out like these guys up here, you know, with the very defined, you know, black bar and lime green characteristics. And you know, so I just want to make sure that that's the quality of the Endlers that I'm putting out, and then we'll make them available for sale for folks. But yeah, I'm going to start making some videos. I've got a bunch of other tanks going. Everything's changed since I was active on YouTube 3 years ago. I no longer keep discus or shrimp currently, but I do plan to get back into a couple different types of shrimp. I'm done with discus and have moved on from that. I have a leopard frog L134 leopard frog pleco breeding project I'm working on right now, and we'll post a video shortly on that as well. But this is my planted jungle, and it's gotten really overgrown, but I love the jungle look, and I really like these little fish and having a good time with this tank. But in any case, I'm going to cut it right there, and look for some new videos here on my channel in the near future. And until then, I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and until then, we'll catch y'all later.